The textile industry is the world's second most polluting industry after the oil industry. It is responsible for 6 to 8% of carbon emissions globally, some 1.7 billion tons of carbon emissions per year. Hence, with its significant environmental impact, the textile industry is a critical focus for Taiwan in the fight against climate change in achieving net zero by 2050. On the policy front, Taiwan's Resource Circulation Administration Ministry of Environment is actively promoting textile recycling policies to reduce the environmental impact caused by the industry. The government is laying the groundwork from school education by providing eco-friendly clothing design guidelines. In response to global regulations related to extended producer responsibility, the Ministry of Environment established relevant guidelines in 2023 for fashion brands and department stores. For consumers, the government has introduced guidelines for recycling used clothing, making it easier for the public to participate in textile recycling practices. In terms of industry, Taiwan has been at the forefront of this battle, pioneering the conversion of recycled PET bottles into textiles for more than 25 years. Every year, we turn 100,000 tons of plastic bottles into PET pellets, resulting in less energy use by 84% and decreased CO2 emissions by 77% compared to virgin materials. Not only has this technology saved Taiwan from importing tons of fossil fuel-based raw materials, it also supplies the world with more than 70% of functional fabrics. However, global demand for recycled textile materials increases year by year. Even though Taiwan has the world's highest recycling rate for PET bottles, the supply of recycled PET bottle materials still falls short of demand. Therefore, to continue driving towards net zero emissions, Taiwan is diving into the entire product lifecycle of textiles, from design to the supply chain to the consumer side, to explore the possibilities of a circular economy. Design stage. During the design stage of textile products, it is critical to consider its circularity. This first step will determine whether the product at the end of its life cycle can be recycled and reused. For example, in Taiwan, there are brands that design single material clothing, including buttons and zippers made from 100% PET materials, making the garments easier to recycle at the end of their life cycle. In terms of material selection, beyond recycled polyester fibers, other resources can be explored, such as low-carbon and biodegradable biomass materials, to replace fossil-based materials. In Taiwan, some companies are focusing on the development of bio-based materials, such as pineapple fibers or recycling coffee grounds and oyster shells, grinding them down and blending them with polyester fibers to produce yarn. These agricultural or marine byproducts are no longer sent to landfills, but are repurposed as textile raw materials. On the education front, universities in Taiwan are actively involved in promoting circular design. These future designers will help the textile industry transition towards sustainability. Manufacturing stage. When it comes to manufacturing, we often think of process optimization. Weaving mills retain high-temperature wastewater as a heat exchanger to preheat the incoming fresh water. Dyeing houses in Taiwan teamed up with engineering companies for waterless or water-free dyeing. Taiwanese textile suppliers have taken this beyond process optimization into equipment and facility design. For example, a water curtain wall is installed in the weaving factory for drawing in cold air for cooling, which rises as hot air after passing through the machines and is discharged using fans. This design has saved nearly $2 million in electricity costs per year. During the manufacturing process of textiles, byproducts can be recycled and recovered. In Taiwan, the wet sludge produced by the wastewater treatment plant is reused as feedstock for concrete blocks. Energy and resource saving should extend beyond production lines to encompass the entire factory and even the surrounding community. Usage stage. Once the manufacturing is done, the clothing is now in the hands of the consumers. Globally, an estimated 92 million tons of textile waste is created every year. To put this in perspective, this is equivalent to a garbage truck full of clothes ending up in landfill sites every second, 24/7. During this stage, the problem is consumers buy and throw away in excess. One of the solutions that is being implemented is product as a service. From the design stage to manufacturing, usage, and recycling, Taiwan is trying to create a new type of subscription-based business model, where consumers can return used clothing in exchange for new ones by paying a monthly subscription. In Taiwan, where uniforms are still prominent in local schools, companies offer subscription services to school uniforms. As students wear and tear these uniforms, the companies collect them and recycle them into new uniform feedstocks. It's a win-win situation for schools, companies, and the environment. Product lifecycle extension is another solution in prolonging usage. A company in Taiwan created a platform where they pick up used clothing, then help sort them out, posting online for resale in efforts to prolong the product's lifecycle. Recycle stage. Once textile products reach the end of their usage journey, they are thrown into a garbage bin or a recycle system. In Taiwan, an effective system is in place to collect these unwanted textiles. The collection, sorting, cleaning, and processing of used clothes into materials for industrial use cannot be accomplished by a single brand or textile factory, but requires cross-industry collaboration. In the recycling phase, the government and civil organizations have collaborated to set up used clothing recycling bins around the city. In recent years, there is even an online map where users can look up places to drop off and recycle goods. In 2023, approximately 82,000 tons of old clothes were recycled in Taiwan, sourced from cleaning teams, communities, schools, and government agencies. After textile materials are sorted, some textiles in good conditions are resold to other countries, while others are downgraded and recycled. Additionally, Taiwan's well-known yarn suppliers are addressing the issue of textile waste by converting leftover fabric into new yarn through processes such as fabric shredding, decolorization, granulation, and yarn production. Future outlook. Taiwan's Resource Circulation Administration, Ministry of Environment, has invested and will continue to put together workshops to kickstart conversations between all segments of the supply chain. At the same time, it will bring together stakeholders from industry, government, academia, and research sectors to advance the development of Taiwan's industry, sparking creative solutions to achieve a circular economy. A circular textile system requires a complete industry value chain, involving stakeholders and experts from various sectors. With Taiwan's advanced product manufacturing and recycling technologies in textile, along with circular services, Taiwan can offer comprehensive solutions and become a major contributor to global textile circularity.